What's up, guys?
Welcome
back to Restaurant Punk. Sorry.
What happened to your shirt, dude?
I was working today.
Okay.
One of the cooks called out. You need to go on vacation.
It's like 30 degrees outside.
Did you work in that tank top?
No, I had my chef jacket on.
And
It's dirty.
it's dirty.
I'm dirty.
We're a bunch of punks, so it's okay. It works.
Yeah,
right?
I got
Do what you want.
pancakes, eggs, and everything else on it.
As long as the health department doesn't come in, you wearing that.
Oh,
you'll
no,
be fine.
no, it's all right. I like to go home and shower, but this is first.
You look good, brother. I like it. I like the look. I didn't know you had a tat back there. I see a tat creeping out behind you.
Oh, I do have a tattoo, yeah.
You do have a tattoo.
Yeah, I
Never
have
knew you had a tattoo.
Nobody knows about a tattoo. It's my own tattoo. I don't need to worry about your tattoos. Don't worry about my tattoos.
Jesus,
I have no
he's on a
tattoos.
mission
You have no
today.
tattoos?
0 tattoos.
You're such a liar.
There was a possibly a woman when I was 18 that got my name on her.
What was his
leg.
name? What was his name? Love to hear this name. Let me guess. Was it
Yeah,
Greek?
but was it John or was it Yanni?
It was Yianni.
Okay.
And it was on South Street in Philadelphia. We went there for the day. We just drove up. We split up for an hour. She went and did her thing. I went and did my thing.
You went to Condom
And
King?
I remember I was in a cassette store and I bought a Nirvana cassette tape live.
What's a cassette?
A cassette tape.
Nice.
Oh my God. This
Oh,
youngins.
yeah. I'm showing my age. Those were good times, though. And we met up an hour and a half later, and she looked at me smiling, and I said, what? What'd you do? And she's like, look. And she showed me her leg. I have a picture of it.
Bullshit.
I
I had one. I bought one of those, what do
You
they
bought
call
her
it?
leg?
Disposable cameras. I bought a disposable camera. I said, can I take a picture of that? She's like, you can do anything you want.
disposable cameras.
Are you kidding me? Did you have to wind it, snap?
Yeah.
You took another one?
Fuji green. That's great.
So welcome to Restaurant Punk. I am Yianni.
Nikos.
And George.
Yeah. You guys got something you want to talk about
Chassains.
today? Something we can share with everybody watching? What are we thinking? Anything?
I'm going to no shop shirt right now. That's what we're going to talk about.
I got one.
Oh, do you?
Good.
All right, go ahead. This will be fun.
How do we feel and how do we talk about cell phones and employees in the restaurant during their shift?
Good one.
This is a tough one.
What drives you more insane than walking into your restaurant, looking past the hostess stand over at the server station, and what do we see? Somebody with their head down.
Snapchatting, Facebooking, that drives me in.
What do we do? How do we talk about that? Because obviously cell phones aren't going anywhere. They're always going to have them
you
on.
can take routes. I mean, I've heard of somebody like that has a locker in the employee room, and all the servers got to put their cell phones in the locker. I'm not for that because there's parents that work and have kids, or there's kids that have medical issues that need their parents on the phone right away. So
Yeah, I agree with that. But at the same token, what happened before cell phones and people working? You didn't have
Sent
that
doves?
option.
I mean, how old are you?
You can't use that as an excuse every single time, because anybody could just say, "Oh, I have my kids and this and that," or "I'm waiting for an important phone call." But back in the day, there were no cell phones. If you needed to reach somebody importantly, you called the restaurant, you called the business, and that's how you got a hold of them. And I think it's kind of an excuse nowadays where, I'm waiting for this and I'm waiting for that. I need my cell phone with me because, it's not just for that. They're going to be they have that one little minute break or whatnot. They're going to be on their cell phone and they're going to lose track of time and they're going to be on it for a lot longer and they're going to forget about their tables. They're going to forget about whatever. And it's not so much the kitchen. It's not so much the back of the house.
The kitchen
is a different animal.
The kitchen, yeah. They're not stop moving. They're
I get
prepping.
it.
They're cooking. Yeah,
It's mostly the front of the house.
they use their music for the cell phone.
So do we agree that it's a distraction?
100%.
100%.
Okay,
100%.
so let's say we are employees and we've all worked in kitchens, and as employees, all three of us have worked as servers in the front of the house. Is it something that we carry our phones? Let's say you're a server. Do you find that the servers carry their phones
On them.
or do they leave them at a server station per se?
It depends on the outfit.
Yeah, actually, you're right. It depends on the app now because there's certain leggings, yoga pants kind of things that don't have pockets.
Yeah, but what about this, like a server apron?
A lot of them don't wear it.
A lot of them are not wearing server
Yeah,
aprons.
that's
I know in our
that's
restaurants.
so 1980, Yanni. Come on, man.
No, I know in our restaurants we have some of our more casual restaurants. There are server aprons, and in some of our higher end restaurants we do not.
I like the apron. That's me.
Well, we're talking about, if we're talking about a long bistro apron with a nice button-up white shirt and whatnot, or a black tie or whatnot, and we're doing that kind of service, okay. But how many of us function without our cell phones on a daily basis? Like, how many times do we not have our cell phones on us? How many times do you call somebody and they have their phone on them, they're not answering you? So in the middle of a shift, let's just say, I don't know, a busy Saturday night.
Call Katie. I do it all the time.
Katie Hess.
The phone is fucking off the hook. She has her cell phone on her. I look at the cameras. I call her. She doesn't answer. I'm like, you kidding me, Katie? I know it's in your back pocket. Always. You don't answer it.
Well, maybe that's just being respectful, not be on her cell phone. So I'm just saying.
You're so nice.
I'm just so saying.
Well, for our audience, I'm just going to go out on a whim here and say,
here we go.
There are more servers, waiters or waitresses watching Restaurant Punk than owners.
Oh, yeah, duh.
So they're watching us right now, right? But
that's true. They want
since
to
we come from nothing and we've worked our way up
from the bottom, now we're here.
What do we tell them? What are we doing wrong? So we're talking as owners.
I mean,
what if we're talking to the millions across the
world
that work in restaurants? There's a bartender trick that I learned very, very young.
I use it.
When it's slow, what do? There's two types of people, the ones that do nothing and the ones that do something. And I would polish glasses for 3 hours straight. So every time the owner walked by, or every time the manager walked by, or anybody, a director, whatnot, that literally got me from bartender to management, polishing glasses, always doing something.
Always doing something.
Here's where the cell phone thing comes in. Is it a disrespectful thing? I don't think that,
they're not trying to be disrespectful.
I don't think kitchen or server staffs are trying to be disrespectful on purpose by taking out their phone. It's just a habit.
It's the world now. That's
just
all
a
it
habit.
They got to check up on their Facebook.
Did I not cut out cell phones at the restaurant about 4 or 5 years ago? I snapped. It was just getting ridiculous.
Completely out of hand.
Yes, completely out of hand. And I just went in, and it takes a lot for me to go to get there.
Does it?
Yeah, it does, Joe. Come on, Joe. You know me. You know it takes a lot. I said, I don't want to see another cell phone from Memorial Day weekend until Labor Day weekend. I don't want to see. I don't want to see it. And if you're going to use it, be a ninja. Go to the bathroom, check, and go.
That's
and
what
I hate being like that.
And
man.
that's why people
I
go
hate
to the bathroom 27 times in this shift because they're on their cell phones.
That's what I do. I tell them I don't want to see it. And in the summertime, I don't want to see it at all.
No, you don't. It's because it's the busiest season.
Yeah, you
want all the attention out front because it's so busy. You do have something to do. Okay, there's not a moment in your day, in your time during the busiest season that you don't have anything to do. Go clean something. Go restock something. Go check on their tables. If you don't have a table, go check on somebody else's tables. Like you should be doing something nonstop.
Is there any excuse that somebody working kitchen or front of the house, back of the house or front of the house? What would be an argument that somebody in the kitchen or somebody in the front of the house, when you say, can you put your cell phone away? What's something that they would say? What are some of the responses that we've gotten? What's, I got to keep an eye out for my babysitter because she's got
one, I'm bored.
No.
That's honest, though. That's honest.
Honest.
No.
I'm bored. I said, really? I said, let's go. I took her to the bathroom.
Oh, this had to be somebody young and just not even.
X.
Oh.
That's what you get.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
But I've heard I'm bored. Another one is I'm waiting for a phone call from my mom because somebody's in the hospital.
One of those. Yeah, I've gotten those a couple times. I've never gotten on board.
My son is sick. I'm just waiting to hear from the doctor. But it's pretty funny now, quit talking about cell phones. If you sit at your restaurant, do they have their cell phone out in front of you? No.
Yeah, but if you're not there, they're going to have it out in front of you.
So it's beautiful now because I've been working for 4 days straight because one of the cooks is sick. Katie Hess, Savannah, Nacho, Barack have not stopped moving, and it's been beautiful.
All the names that George just mentioned are front of the house,
Front of the house and back house.
Front of the house and back of the house.
At George's Place Courthouse.
At George's Place and Courthouse with
The best
Cara
one.
Restaurant Group. Let's save that for another episode.
No,
we can get into that one easy.
bum bum bum. But
I think for everybody out there,
funny.
don't ever say you're bored. You know, we take it for granted because we think it's obvious, but maybe it's not that obvious. And you know, you are working. Is there an excuse for having your phone? You know, once an accident, twice your fault. So don't make it a habit. Be cool about it. Me at 46 years old, I didn't have that problem because we didn't.
You use ravens like in Game of Thrones. Is that what you used to use back in the day?
Would you say doves or
doves, ravens? Yeah,
they sent out ravens. Ravens with the notes.
Yeah, that's what you guys use.
Carrier pigeons.
You know, at the end of the day, there's always something to do, and that's the beauty of restaurants. There's always something to do.
Always.
There's always something to clean. There's always something to re-clean. Like, nobody should ever say I have nothing to do. So anytime somebody not being on their cell phone, me saying, hey, you okay? You're like, yeah, I'm just, I got nothing to do. That's like music to my ears. I'm like, come with me. We're going to make a list. And I have them take a notebook and we just do a walk around the restaurant. And I point out 100 things, whether it's a salt and pepper shaker that has half full, or whether that salt and pepper shaker, the lid needs to be cleaned up, or maybe looking into the bathroom and looking up at the vents and saying, can we dust around the vents? I mean, it's never ending.
There's always something. Always something.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
And I try to be lenient with my staff, knowing that, let's say they get a table on reservation an hour and they did do as much as possible. I'm like, yeah, whatever, that's fine, but not in the busiest season. Like, there's always something to do.
Yeah,
if I feel like I have to do something
and they have to do something,
that they should be doing, then it's a problem.
I mean, if they come in and do all the side work or whatnot before the first reservation gets there, and then there's literally nothing to do, then 100%.
Correct.
Go on your cell phone.
And listen, as good as you may be to your team, you notice the ones that are always doing something, that are on their cell phones a lot less or none at all. And that's when they get the better shifts. That's when they get, the busiest shifts or the more hours that they're requesting or the days off that they're requesting because, they're doing more above and beyond. They got the good work ethic, you know what I'm saying? As opposed to Joe Schmo over there who thinks he's high end and he's always on his cell phone no matter how many times you say it. And that's why he's not there anymore. You know what I'm saying? But it's a respect.
Well, let's use today as an example to where cell phones can actually come in handy with employees. Earlier today, I walked into one of the restaurants, George's Place on the beachfront, and there was no music playing, to which, if any of you know me,
you like loud music.
Nothing drives me more insane because if you're not playing any music in your restaurant or anything, basically you're a morgue.
That's a whole nother topic.
It's a morgue. So as my brain started to twitch and I started, because I couldn't figure out how to get the cell phone or the Wi-Fi back on, I actually called Nico and I said, Nico, he was half an hour away. He's like, I'm on my way down. I said, in the meantime, is there something we could do? Check the router bar, whatnot. And what did you tell me to tell McKenna?
I told you to tell McKenna to hotspot her phone and then her phone, which is her cell phone, and then you could connect the iPod to her phone Wi-Fi, and then you could have internet that way.
To where Nico told me this, and I said, I do not speak that language. McKenna, who is an employee at KAREENNNNNNNNN Restaurant Group, I looked at her and I said, Nico is speaking a language that I do not speak. She got on the phone with Nico, and after 8 seconds, I said, did you understand what he said? She's like, yeah. So she took out her cell phone, made her hotspot. So a great case scenario for having a cell phone, right?
Yeah. It's like sort of music goes down to have the backup that everybody has Apple Music or Spotify on their cell phones that, it works there, but.
So that's a good story, right?
That's a good one.
That's a good story.
Positive,
We're not.
Cell phones still suck.
Look, none of us are dictators within KAREENNNNNNN Restaurant Group when it comes to our restaurants. We don't rule with an iron fist. I think we're way too lenient in a good way because we care. That's our culture.
But we take care of them. They take care of us 100%.
And that's the reason we're still around.
That's how it is.
You know what I'm saying, fellas?
Good topic.
All right.
Good topic.
All right. For Restaurant Punk, George.
Yeah.
Nikos.
Nicholas.
Yianni, we love you guys. Thank you so much.
See yous.
See you next episode.